We are at Frontier Park for our daily exercise, and I see that a carnival is being set up. I looked online, they are having a 4th of July celebration here Tuesday and Wednesday. Today is Sunday. So there's the funnel cake booth. This is what a carnival looks like before it's set up. Ticket booth. There, right there in front of me is a little kiddie ride. In the back over there is the scrambler. When I was a kid, my favorite ride was the scrambler. Every carnival had a scrambler. So, and it's a very good chance that could be one I rode as a kid. Is that how long they keep those rides? Scrambler. Didn't you ride that a lot?
Oh yeah.
I don't recognize the piggy one, not for sure what that one is. And then up here is the carnival games. Don't know what they're gonna be, we'll take a guess. The one on the right, it's gonna be a ring toss. Some type of ring toss thing. That one over there is gonna be the same thing. This one, since we got the little rubber duckies, this is probably kiddie games. So one of them is going to be a pop balloon dart game. And then over here, it's probably going to be, I have no idea.
Don't they have those anymore?
No, they don't have freak shows anymore. I don't think so. Not in Missouri.
How about a sideshow? I'll take
A sideshow. And then this one is going to, this is going to be a shooting one. You see how because you know where they set it up. I bet this is going to be shooting. So you know what? We're coming back on Tuesday and we'll show you. Does a haunted house, scary clown house count as a freak show?
No. Is there anybody live in it?
No.
Then no, I don't count.
And then I don't know. This is new. Kid Power play area. And then more Aladdin. I've never heard that one. Spin the apple. And this game over here, I have no idea. So interesting. So definitely not the biggest I've ever seen. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential carnival games. Oh, these are like, they have, what's that called? What's it called? Chairs. So they'll have chains. And then, I don't remember what we were called that as a kid. What did they call that as a kid?
Pretty cool ride.
They have it at the Pretty Cool Ride, our favorite. They have that at Six Flags still. So anyway, very, very interesting. I will come back on Tuesday and I'll add this to that video so we can see what it's like when they're setting it up and what it looks like when it's crazy.
Do they have chains?
The word I was looking for was the swings. We used to call that the swings. Yeah, I'm sure they have chains. That's how they do it. They have a pulley system. I don't know how they do it. Ah, that ride looks a little sketchy. So we will not be riding these rides. We will just be playing the carnival games. Good morning. Happy 4th of July. This video is going to be about the carnival I went to yesterday. The before footage was we had went to the park on Sunday. Frontier Park is one of our favorite parks to walk around. So we were walking around and just happened to notice that they're setting up for carnival. So I got a little footage of the before. I thought it would be interesting to go with the after. So yesterday we went back to the carnival. It starts at 5. We got there early at 4:30. So the where we parked, you had to walk through the carnival section, and then after the carnival section there's a festival section with the food and the band and everything else. And so I wanted to check out the festival section first before I played any games. I wanted to see what food was available. I wanted to see what crafty people showed up, and I just wanted to see what the band stage looked like to see if they had a schedule or whatever. So we but to get there you have to walk through the carnival section. So before I get started, spoiler alert, I ended up not playing any carnival games. I don't want to waste anyone's time if they're just here for the carnival games. So if you're just here for the carnival games, I'm sorry, no carnival games, but I hope you have a happy 4th of July, and I will see you later. But if you're interested in hearing me rant about carnivals, then stick around, because essentially this is a rant about carnivals. So anyway, if you're still here, so we walked through the carnival, and the guys, all the carny workers were ready, even though it was a half hour early. They were outside their stations. All the games were set up. So I was excited because I would see what games I wanted to come back for. So there wasn't that many games, but what they had was they had the typical shooting game, you know, where you there's a white square with a red star in the middle, and you have to shoot up all the red star and make it disappear completely to win. Not interested in that. And they had darts, don't really care about darts. And then they had basketball, and then they had a 4th stand that had posters. I'm not for sure what game that was. I didn't look because all I saw out of the corner of my eye was posters, and I could care less about posters. And at this time, I'm also seeing that the prices are pretty generic, which, you know, it happens at carnivals. A lot of times carnivals have generic prizes, but last year I went to the Illinois State Fair and they had really nice prizes. They had like Gremlin plush and Gizmo plush and ET plush and a whole bunch of brand name plush. So usually, you know, carnival workers know to get your interest, they have to have some good prizes, and then they intermingle crap prizes with the good prizes. But not here. It was all crap, total crap. So that was a little disappointing. So right off the bat, I'm like, oh, bummer, no good plush. And as we're walking, so, okay, that was the games on the right, and then on the left is the rubber ducky game, the big rubber ducky game. I've never played it. If you're not familiar with it, there is a baby pool that has huge rubber duckies, like this big, and then you get a yellow frisbee with the hole cut out in the middle, and you toss the frisbee onto the duck, and if you circle the neck perfectly, you win a prize. Never played it. I've seen Plush Times Wins, and the Crane couple play it a lot. They win. I know it's possible to win. I was very excited. I wanted to try that game. And then right next to it is the ring toss. The ring toss, it's quite possible to win. So I wanted to play the ring toss too. And then next to that was a kiddie station. I didn't really pay that much attention. It looked like the typical, you have a kiddie fishing pole and a magnet on the end, and they dip the fishing pole in and grab something with the magnet and then win something. That's what it looked like. Like I said, I didn't really examine it that much. And then behind all these three games was the worst carnival game ever. This is my personal opinion. I know some people love it. It was the goldfish game, where all the little goldfish sit in their bowls of doom waiting for their death. I don't know how this game is legal. I don't know how PETA has not got involved. So, you know, all these kids will win goldfish, and they'll love them for the first 24 hours, and then after 24 hours, they could care less, and the parents flush it down the toilet. I feel sorry for these goldfish, but whatever, what are you going to do? So, we walk through, and it's just us. Everyone's busy setting up at the festival section. It hasn't officially started. So there's a couple exercise people walking around, but pretty much it's just us walking through the carnival, me and my husband. And so as we're walking past the ring toss guy, he's watching us, and I glance at him, and he looks up, and he looks me up and down, kind of like he recognized me, and I'm like, and he looks at me, he goes, "Hey, is that your boyfriend?" And I'm like, no, this is my husband. And he's like, and he's eating popcorn. He drops his bag of popcorn, gets up like he's gonna run to me, and he's like, hey, I wanna, and I'm like, I cut him off. I waved him off. I said, no, we'll be back, no. And then I kept walking. And I'm just like, so I should interrupt this with, my husband hates carnivals. Exactly because of this. He hates carnival workers. He thinks they're scam artists. You know what I'm talking about. You've been to carnivals where you get a little scammy feeling. I usually have great times at carnivals. I don't let people bug me. My husband is, you know, he lets little things bug him, and he hates carnivals because he hates the whole con artist atmosphere. So, Buddy promised me he'd be on his best behavior. He wasn't going to say a word. I can just feel him vibrating with tension. We kept walking. So, with these traveling carnivals, I don't know how their pay structure works. I'm assuming they get paid a percentage of how much money they bring in. They have to be earning something because they're like a typical salesperson. They're saying what they can to drive you in. And you hear about people getting scammed out of their money where they think they win, and the carnival guy's like, no, you didn't win. Like, you hear that. I've never personally experienced that. I've seen it happen on a couple videos, but it's never happened to me. My husband swears it happened to me at the Illinois State Fair, but that's another story. So we just kept walking, and I just kept walking to the festival. I have so much going through my mind. This is going to be a rant that's all over the place. So anyway, we check out the festival. I'm going to stop here and insert some footage because that's kind of important to this whole festival aspect. Alright. Oh, did you see that lightning? So this is the 4th of July special at Frontier Park. Special Frontier celebration. And see, look, it's nice over there. No cloudiness at all. And you go over here and it's doom and gloom. Taking a bet to see if it's going to come here and ruin the carnival. So everyone's still setting up. It still has a couple more minutes. Oh, I think we got that lightning on video. So I'm not gonna record long because someone has music playing, so I don't want to get a copyright strike. Okay, as you saw by that last footage, there's a storm coming. Oh my God, is there a storm coming? So I don't like storms. I love storms from the safety of my car, where I'm not gonna get struck by lightning. People do get struck by lightning. I know it's like slim, you know, but it happens. I don't want that to be me. So now I'm vibrating with tension. It's not just my husband. The storm is freaking me out. And so we look at all the food. We didn't get any food. You know, they had some great food choices. They had this hot dog place I really wanted to try out. They had several food trucks. They had tacos. They had you know, the only thing they didn't have was like those, you know, like the potato swirls that they cover with cheese. They didn't have that, and that's what I really wanted. And actually, even though the approaching storm, you'd think it would cool it down. Oh no, it was still hot. I was sweating like a mad woman. I was ready to die. We did get some lemonade. And Robert's like, actually it was me. I said, Robert, let's just do the carnival and go. I don't want to be stuck in the rain. The food choices were great, but they were the same that was last month. We had went to Frontier Park last month for just to walk around, and there happened to be a festival at that time too. I need to look at their calendar. I swear they have festivals every weekend. So we just happened to randomly go to this festival last month. That's why I don't have any video, because it wasn't planned. And we had got some like street tacos and some street corn or Mexican corn or whatever you call it. It was awesome. But this time I wasn't feeling it because it was hot. Very, very hot. So I'm like, Robert, let's just go back to the carnival. I want to play the ring toss. I want to play the duck toss game. That's it. He's like, okay. So we go back, and we first come to the basketball guy, and there's a couple people playing games, but not many. And the basketball guy sees me, and he's like, hey, it's basketball season, or some crap like that. He's like, come on, play some basketball. I'm like, I hate basketball. I'm terrible at it. And he's like, oh, I'll make sure you win. I'm like, oh, I'm sure you will. Whatever. So I'm like, and now again, my husband's about ready to like, anyway. So we go to the ring toss guy. Now, keep in mind, it's only been 15 to 20 minutes, as long as this ramped. It's not been that long. And the ring toss guy is the same guy who talked to me 15 minutes ago. He looks at me, and guess what he says? He says, hey, is that your boyfriend? And I'm like, and I say out loud, nope, still my husband. And then secretly I'm thinking, are you for real? You just saw me 15 minutes ago, and you're giving me the same line? I know you got more than one line. I can't believe you couldn't try another one on me. I know that, you know, I blend in very well. I'm not the most distinctive looking, but I do have this braid, and this braid is pretty distinctive. I get remembered because of this braid, my Pocahontas braid. So, you know, unless the guy has the shortest memory in the world, how can he not remember me from 15 minutes ago, that he can't come up with a new line? So, right off, I'm like, I'm done. I've had it. You know, I don't even care. I'm kind of interested, where's this line going? Like, what's the joke? But then I don't really care, because I'm pretty sure my husband's about to get arrested. He, you know, he's biting his tongue. He's not saying a word, but I can feel the tension on him. I'm like, okay, let's at least do the duck toss. So we walk towards the duck toss, and I'm sorry, but that guy, I look at the guy manning that station, and he gave me the heebie-jeebies. He gave me the heebie-jeebies. The feeling I got, the look he was giving me, I was done. I'm done. I'm like, Robert, let's go. So we left. So yes, it was a wasted carnival trip. My husband was like, I can't believe we wasted this trip. I'm like, no, it's fine. I didn't get any footage. And I'm sorry I didn't get any footage, because I really wanted to do a carnival video for you guys. But I'm not going to waste money on crappy prizes. And I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I just don't feel comfortable. So the point of this video is there's more than one type of carnival. So today is the 4th of July. We are going to Six Flags for their carnival games and their fireworks. So I will play the ring toss at Six Flags, and I will play the let's see, what else? Down the Clown. I'll play a couple other games for you guys. Whatever money I was going to spend yesterday, I'll spend it tonight at Six Flags. Because you know what? You don't get scammed at Six Flags. The workers are high school workers. They're not there to scam you. You have very good chance of winning a prize. Yeah, some of these games are hard. They're not just going to give prizes to everyone, but they're not scamming you. It is skill games. My husband used to work for Six Flags. He was in the main office. He was their, what is it called, CFO or CO for like 3 years before they got bought out. So he knew all the inner workings. There's no class where they teach these kids how to scam people. That's not what it's about. They want people to win prizes. They want people to be happy, so they come back and tell everyone how much they love Six Flags. So carnivals like that are the ones you want to look for. You want to go to carnivals at amusement parks, if you're in California, Knott's Berry Farm has has carnival games. SeaWorld has carnival games. Animal Kingdom has a couple carnival games. Those games you can play without getting scammed. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And I hope everyone has a happy 4th of July and stay safe. Keep your fingers and toes away from exploding fireworks, and I will see you later.